New York Harbor is one of the busiest in the world. The last thing it needs is a terrorist attack, which means it's always on guard against threats, like the one that struck the USS Cole in October of 2000 in Yemen. Researchers from Stevens Institute of Technology are working hard to make sure that doesn't happen. They're conducting technology experiments with marine sensors that should detect unusual sounds or pathogens underwater. The school, which sits on the Hudson River estuary right across from New York City, is ideally located for analyzing harbor traffic.
Basically, what we are studying is how the tides and the weather affect the propagation of things in the estuary, such as how pathogens might spread or how sound propagates in the estuary. And sound is very sensitive to the various parameters of the water that we need to measure.
The researchers use this hydrophone to listen to sounds underwater. They use this sensor to measure temperature, salinity, and depth of the water to determine where the sound is coming from. But before they do anything on the river, they test it on campus in a 100-meter-long wave tank.
This is a spectrogram, and basically what this is showing us is the signal that we have put in the water. That's these lines, these diagonal lines here. And as time goes by, we can see that they take different frequencies, as indicated here, and then we'll measure the loss and the background noise and so forth, and we'll be able to make a lot of determinations about what's happening in the water from that.
This facility is normally used to assess boat hull design, but they also use it for testing the marine sensors.
As the boat went by, it generated a lot of noise, which the hydrophone picked up and displayed here. So as you can see, relative to these signals, this noise is relatively a low frequency noise because it's way down at the bottom.
All of this is put into action for real on the boat.
Something's getting very close to us, making a lot of noise. These bars of noise are the noise that jet ski just made as it went by.
The readings are sent via radio signal to an antenna on campus. Once back on campus, the readings are sent via internet to the Maritime Security Lab Visualization Center. This is where the experiments are observed. A camera records the vessel movements, and separate computers keep track of the hydrophone readings.
And there's a boat, and that's what we were seeing before we actually saw it on the video. We actually knew it was coming because of the hydrophone signals picking it up.
Meanwhile, the lab uses the data from 20 sensors plus weather data to make models that predict what the harbor environment will be like 24 to 48 hours out. That's helpful for studying how sound travels in different currents and temperatures. Fishermen and surfers like it too.
This is the end result of many, many decades of research in both the physics of the ocean and the harbors and our computer and technology capabilities. 5-6 years ago, we didn't have the capability to collect robust data and transmit it back to a laptop or a computer. That all had to be developed.
All to help make New York waters and others smooth for sailing. For the AT&T Tech Channel, I'm Scott Stanchak.